A heads up to the American people. A call for leadership, unity, and global action, rooted in divine principles and established laws. At a time when global stability is under threat from authoritarian regimes, China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea, the United States faces a pivotal moment. To preserve democratic values globally, America must reclaim its leadership role. Generals H.R. McMaster and David Petraeus call for a comprehensive and proactive global strategy that not only protects U.S. interests, but actively shapes the world order to counter the growing authoritarian threats. Restoring agency and taking a proactive approach. The U.S. can no longer afford to be reactive in the face of global challenges. General Petraeus emphasizes that success begins by getting the big idea right, grasping the full extent of military, technological, and geopolitical challenges posed by authoritarian regimes. For the U.S., this means countering Chinese advancement in artificial intelligence and cybersecurity, confronting Russia's hybrid warfare strategies, and addressing destabilizing actions by Iran and North Korea. General McMaster, reflecting on the lessons from Vietnam, warns that internal political divisions weaken the country's strategic focus, leaving it vulnerable to adversaries who exploit these fractures. Both generals advocate restoring a sense of agency and strategic coherence in the U.S. foreign policy, positioning the U.S. not just as a defender, but as an active shaper of the global order. A nation guided by divine principles and the Immaculate Conception. In confronting external threats, America must reconnect with its founding vision, a nation built on divine principles of liberty, dignity, and justice. The concept of the Immaculate Conception, symbolizing purity and divine purpose, serves as a powerful metaphor for Americans' unique role in the world. The Founding Fathers envisioned a country that was more than a political entity. It was a moral beacon meant to lead by example. They knew that America's greatness would not rest solely on its military or economic power, but on its unwavering commitment to the principles of justice and human dignity, as enshrined in the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Countering a revisionist view of U.S. history. In recent years, there has been a growing tendency to revise U.S. history, often portraying America as a nation just like any other, devoid of exceptionalism. This narrative not only distorts the country's founding principles, but also diminishes its unique role in global leadership. We must reclaim the true story of America, restoring a sense of agency grounded in the vision of the Founding Fathers, a vision where divine principles and moral law form the foundation of the nation's purpose. Revising history to downplay or erase these foundational elements risk eroding the moral clarity that has long guided America's leadership. America's history is more than a sequence of political and military events. It's a story of divine purpose and human dignity. The revisionist narratives that seek to minimize the spiritual and moral foundation of the nation's birth undermines the very principles that make America exceptional. At a time when the world faces an era of global challenges, it is more critical than ever to restore the original vision of the Founding Fathers, a vision that seamlessly blends strategic foresight with moral leadership, ensuring the U.S. remains a force for good on the global stage. Leading by example, compassion, liberty, and global cooperation. As the U.S. confronts its authoritarian regimes, it must not only leverage its military and technological strength, but also lead with moral clarity. The Founding Fathers understood that America's mission was not solely to defend its own freedom, but to serve as a guiding light for other nations, standing as a model of liberty and justice, whether crafting immigration policies that reflect the nation's core values or building international alliances based on mutual respect. The U.S. must extend its hand in cooperation while remaining unwavering in its principles. The concept of world federalism offers a framework for nations to work together without sacrificing their unique identities, emphasizing the importance of liberty and human dignity in global governments. America's leadership on the world stage, rooted in these divine and constitutional principles, is essential not only for its own security, but for the survival of freedom and human dignity worldwide. In this respect, the U.S. is called upon to lead, not through coercion, but through example, demonstrating how a nation can remain strong, just, and compassionate. The need for a balanced approach to immigration and rule of law. One pressing domestic issue where the U.S. must restore its sense of agency is the immigration policy. The immigration system must reflect the values of the Constitution and the principles of American citizenship, which are rooted in deep understanding of individual freedom and responsibility, as articulated in the Bill of Rights. Immigration should not be manipulated as a political tool for short-term gains or political expediency. Instead, it should be governed by the rule of law, where citizens earned through a commitment to the nation's foundational principles. The Founding Fathers envisioned a country where every individual's worth and dignity were protected by the rule of law. Citizenship in America must be treated as a sacred trust, not simply granted by crossing borders. New citizens should be educated in U.S. history, the Constitution, and the values of liberty and justice that define America's identity. By grounding immigration policy in these principles, the U.S. can maintain the integrity of its system while continuing to be a beacon of hope for those who seek freedom. Conclusion: a call for strategic and moral leadership. As the U.S. faces escalating threats from authoritarian powers, it must restore a sense of urgency, coherence, and strategic foresight in both its foreign and domestic policies. General McMaster and General David Petraeus advocate for a comprehensive offensive approach to global challenges that integrates advanced technology, military strength, and strong diplomatic alliances. At the same time, America must claim its founding principles, rooted in the spiritual and moral guidance of the Immaculate Conception and divine laws, to lead with both strength and compassion. The future of freedom depends on the choices we make today. America's next chapter must be written by leaders who understand that this nation was founded on eternal principles of liberty, justice, and human dignity. The founding fathers entrusted us with a vision and a responsibility to ensure that the legacy endures, not only for America, but for the world. The U.S. must now rise to meet the moment, renewing its commitment to global leadership based on divine principles and clarity, and moral clarity. God bless America, and God bless the world, and our moral leadership.